The sum of two numbers is negative 27. We don't know anything else about those two numbers, so let's call them x and y. And there's the sum of two numbers. We're told that the sum is negative 27. So there's an equation that represents that first sentence. We're summing two numbers that we don't know, and it equals negative 27 because it says they are negative 27. Their difference, which means if you subtract them, is negative 59. Now, does the order usually matters in subtraction? But if they're both unknown, if we have an x and a y, does it matter which one we call x and which one we call y and flip them? We'll still get the same numbers, right? Yeah, so we're supposed to find the two numbers. This is a system of equations, and it's set up to use the elimination method. We add the top row to the bottom row. So x plus x makes 2x, and y plus negative y makes nothing. And then we got negative 27 plus negative 59. And I'll punch it in all the way. Negative 27 plus 59 negative, that makes negative 86. And if we divide both sides by 2 to finish getting x by itself, x equals negative 43. And then to find out what y is, all you have to do is plug in negative 43 in for x into that either top or bottom equation. Okay, so if we add 43 to both sides, we get y is 43 subtracted by 27, that makes 16. Y is 16. So those are our two numbers, negative 43 and 16. Sorry about the bad circles there. But if you subtract negative 43 by 16, it makes negative 59. And if you add them together, it makes negative 27. Okay, the total amount of sodium in 2 hot dogs and 3 cups of cottage cheese is 4,720 milligrams. The total amount of sodium in 5 hot dogs and 2 cups of cottage cheese is 6,300. So we don't know how much sodium is in a hot dog. We'll call that x. We don't know how much sodium is in a cup of cottage cheese. We'll call that y. But we know 2 hot dogs added the sodium in 2 hot dogs plus the sodium in 2 cups of cottage cheese is 4,720 milligrams. And we also know that 5 hot dogs, the sodium in 5 hot dogs, plus the sodium in 2 cups of cottage cheese is 6,300. So that lets us make 2 equations on the same 2 variables. Now we've got a system that we can solve. Right now we can't solve with elimination because if you add the top to the bottom, nothing cancels. But I'm looking at the 3 and the 2, the coefficients of y. Those are close to each other. So let's multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by negative 3. Because if we do that, oh, I don't know what that is. 4720 times 2, that's 9,440. And then multiply the bottom by negative 3, so we get negative 15x, subtracted by 6y equals negative 18,900. Now if we add them together, the y's cancel. So 4x plus negative 15x makes negative 11x. And then we have 18,900 plus 9,440, that makes negative 9,460. Come on, everyday numbers, right? Then divide negative 11 from both sides. I'm just going to pretend that was negative, so that's a positive 860. Negative divided by negative makes a positive. That's how many milligrams of sodium are in a hot dog, according to this. And now to find out how many milligrams of sodium in cottage cheese, you would just plug 860 back in for x. So 2 times 860 makes 1,720. And then just finish solving this equation for y. Right, we'd subtract 1,720 from both sides, divided by 3, so we get y. There's 1,000 milligrams of sodium in their cottage cheese.